dial propulsion jet ski waiver from the clouds. Wacky dial propulsion jet ski waiver from the clouds. Wacky dial propulsion jet ski waiver from the clouds. Hi, I'm a Shite Angel, president and CEO of a Shite Angel's Wacky dial propulsion jet ski waiver from the clouds emporium and warehouse. Thanks to a shipping error, I am now currently overstocked on Wacky dial propulsion jet ski waivers from the clouds, and I am passing the savings on to you! Attract customers to your pirate ring. Make a splash at your next presentation. Keep your reindeers from drowning. Attract redhead babes. Confuse the Marines. Blue Sea Dweller? Hail a knock-up stream. Testify before Eneru, or just raise the clouds. Whatever your Wacky Dial Propulsion Jet Ski waiver from the cloud needs are. So come on down to a Shite Angel's Wacky Dial Propulsion Jet Ski waiver from the clouds emporium and warehouse. Route 2 off Milky Road. I'm done.
That was...
So, when I was talking about Mr. Valentine a few minutes ago, were you at all worried that I was somehow on to you about this?
Not at all, but okay. I'm glad that we, it was a happy coincidence that he was brought onto this stream this afternoon. I worked really hard on this. I hope that you are happy with me. If not, fuck you.
I didn't know we made advertisements from like the 90s.
Gotta make money somehow.
Dude, I literally just copied the wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man guy. That was what I was emulating.
You have chosen an appropriate master in this instance.
And here I thought that I was amongst meme lords as well. Well, you know what? Somebody out there, one of these listeners is going to think it was hilarious, and I appreciate you. I know
I'm pretty sure a good chunk of them are going to think it's hilarious.
I hope so.
I wasn't expecting this.
You did good, kid.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate you for giving me this platform yet again. I will concede the floor, and moving on to the summary.
Wait, doesn't conceding the floor mean that...
Moving on to the summary.
He's giving up the floor. So, Devin, you will do the summary.
Anyway, after having been skyrocketed into the clouds, the gang find themselves on an ocean in the sky. Following an encounter with the Sky Knight, Gunfall, they learn that there were alternative paths to the Sky Island, each with their own risks. When he learns they use the knock-up stream to enter, Gunfall is amazed at their bravery and gifts them a whistle. If they were ever in need of assistance, the whistle would allow him to find them. The gang eventually come upon Heaven's Gate, where they're asked for an entrance fee, but are told it was optional. So they don't. Turns out this makes them wanted criminals. So anyway.
I feel like nobody asked if there's a conversion rate here, and Usopp thought about it, but then didn't ask the guardian angel old woman about it at all.
Absolutely. They're like, yeah, it costs, what was it, 100 million or something
billion.
Like that?
It was a billion and
X-toll, I think.
Ankles?
X-toll.
Whatever. What if this is like a US dollar to yen ratio? That's like $5. It's like buying a carnival ticket just to get in.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Secretly it was $2 or whatever, 2 fucking berries, 2 pennies. Because the economy in the sky is just that bad.
Nobody bothered, so fuck it.
The border patrol system of this country is very weird.
Do you have a question, Devin? Do you have an
it's not really a question. It's more of just a statement where it's like, all right, you could either pay $1 bazillion in fucking Candyland money, or you don't, and then you're just illegal, and then we're gonna wait forever to send anyone after you. Even though we could just stop you here.
I mean, it wasn't forever. It was the same day. Gave him a head start.
Gave him a head start. When she was like, "Oh, feel God's wrath" or whatever. When they go up, I was thinking okay, something bad's gonna happen to them on the way up. Nope. They get to a beach episode, and I'm like, wait a minute. I thought there was something bad supposed to happen. And I'm like, where's the conflict? There's no conflict. They're all of a sudden just best friends out of fucking nowhere.
Well, they're best friends with the peeps up there. I mean, we're fine.
But there was nice no consequence for their actions until the very ass end of the 3rd episode.
Right. Yeah. That was the big kicker. They're prepare to feel God's wrath for entering Godland Skypiea, and that they're just eh.
Okay. At first I was like, is the shrimp gonna just yeet him off this
that's
waterfall?
What I thought too.
What's gonna happen? I'm curious. Is the shrimp just gonna drown everyone? I don't understand what's going on.
Hey, man, you got to pick and choose your battles as a narrator or a narrative when you're just like, I need to give my characters something interesting to fight when we get there. But we have a lot of exposition and a lot of like.
If everything about this whole land wasn't wacky pataki fucking bullshit, like, yes, I would agree with you. Oh, give him some credit. But this is he's literally pulling shit out of his ass every 5 seconds.
What do you mean?
There was only one interesting, consistent thing, which is Usopp swimming through the fucking cloud and falling to his death.
Who gives himself a lot of credit for being a DM, I would have expected you, of all people, to really
never have
appreciate
an ocean in the sky.
Why
because
not?
I already know that the first things that everyone would do is the same thing that Usopp did, which is drown themselves in the fucking sky and kill themselves after falling 7,000 feet.
That amazed me.
What do you mean? That's a great bit.
No,
I love
it's hilarious. But why is Usopp the coward, is the one who goes, I'm going to jump into the cloud?
Of all the people, it should have been like fucking like
it'd be Luffy.
Yeah, it would be Luffy because he's dumb. Although I think it's hilarious that the devil fruit powers are fucking.
It carries over still. I'm glad they answered that question right off the bat too, by the way.
Does it just have to have the name ocean in the name and it fucks with them?
See.
Like if I name a land ocean, does that stop them from fucking being able to use their devil fruit powers in there?
Okay, so again, there's no like negate the devil fruit power. They just become paralyzed in seawater, but they also just can't swim in any body of water. Again, I know we've mentioned this before.
But it's cloud.
Right, it's a body of water. They cannot swim. They cannot swim. It doesn't matter if it's cloud water, doesn't matter if it's seawater, doesn't matter if it's a pool in your grandma's backyard. They cannot swim. They sink like a rock every time.
I actually expected an actual ocean, not this weird fluffy shit.
This is way better.
Imagine trying to navigate this where it's like finding the not sink. Like, what if there was like pockets of just actual clouds and no water? You're just riding your boat on this cloud ocean, all of a sudden drops 8,000 feet because you didn't see the one fucking cloud cluster that is literally just regular ass clouds.
Dude, facts. That's like one of the first things I think about too, is you're just like casually sailing, but then you accidentally like, oh, wait a minute. The game developers didn't put a wall here to keep me from going outside the cloud bounds.
I forgot to put a hitbox on this one.
Well, I'm going to just fucking fight this negativity. I loved the bits where Usopp is a dingus, and we got to see Robin help out Luffy.
I never said I didn't like the bits. Hold
Luffy.
on. I never said I didn't like the bits. I just said that the universe building was stupid. It's
What do you mean
literally
the universe building was stupid.
It's like he's making it up as he goes.
It's an entire fucking culture in the sky. There are no rules here, dude. They can do whatever they fucking want.
There's no rules.
Oh my god. It's not even like he takes no rules to the extreme where, oh yeah, and then absolutely nothing makes sense. No, he justifies how the island exists. He justifies that there is an ocean up there, just like how there is down below. He even has like fancy little nicknames for, they call the people down below the blue sea dwellers and the people up in the sky, the white sea or whatever.
That's culture.
Shit like
That's
that.
different.
Right. He's like building a small culture. He gives them little trinkets that are like, oh yeah, we use all this stuff every single fucking day. You guys have never seen this. This is our technology. I know you guys probably have like fucking ovens and, fire and broilers and shit. Well, we've got this little fucking crab that does a thing.
Speaking of their technology is essentially just suck and then reuse.
What?
So for like the heat one, you're supposed apparently it absorbs the heat first and you press the button and then it blows the heat out. That's how they get the fire source or the fan or the, shit like that. And my first thought is in Skypiea, how do they get fire first?
I mean, you can make fire. I mean, they have trees and shit up there.
True.
I mean, yeah, like I don't see how they can't make fire. They have a caveman system as well, I would assume, where they go, ugh, me make fui
Stick. Rub stick.
No, but yeah, the fact Devin's kind of not wrong. These dials or whatever, what their shtick is that they're kind of like a unique bag of holding for a particular, I guess,
for one element.
Right, exactly. They just they hold a certain thing, and then they can also expunge said thing if you store enough of it or whatever. That's the long and short of their shit. Unless you got a lamp, which just they press a button and then it turns into a lamp, and I'm just like, well. When did that store the lamp
what do
energy?
You mean? That's like one of the easier ones. You just throw it outside and you let it absorb sunlight.
Oh, it's like got a little solar panel?
Yeah,
on it?
it's just a solar. It's a solar panel shell.
this universe is great. Christian's already answered my one question.
The wind one is the same way. They'd like, we throw it outside, it absorbs wind when the wind blows, and then we use it in our fucking waivers.
I love that shit about it. And then we got these they got the Cloudbergs and shit like that, like when they're sailing the water before they get up to the town.
Bouncy things. Those are the best.
These idiots.
I totally want to jump
it.
and sleep and get comfortable on a fucking cloud trampoline, bro. What
Every
the
time I
hell?
saw the cloud trampolines happen and then like Chopper like falling asleep, I was like, oh no, he's gonna fall off. He's gonna fall off and drown. He's gonna
Poor
roll
Chopper.
off and drown. And then lo and behold, he jumps in himself later on.
Oh my, yeah, that's right.
That running gag of him trying to save people all the time. I love Chopper. I gotta say, I love Chopper for his what's the word? Naive self, where he keeps forgetting.
Oh, the naivety of Chopper shows through so many times in these episodes. It's the funniest
Exactly.
shit.
We're just like, he's like, oh my god, Luffy's drowning. I better go jump in and save him. Drowns himself because he forgets he has a devil fruit.
The best part about the scene when he tries to save Luffy too is he's like literally like looking up, because like Zoro and Sanji are talking about it. They're like, yeah, I bet like $20 he fucking falls in the water or sinks like a rock or whatever. And then Zoro's like, yeah, it's like a 50-50 bet. I'll take it. And then they're just like watching Luffy drown. And then Chopper's like looking up at both of them like, guys, please?
Are we
one
gonna
of
not do this?
Are we just gonna let this happen? Don't worry, Luffy, I'll help you. These guys are dicks.
I think my favorite part about it is when they saved them. Like you can actually see him. I was like, why did he jump in?
And then the two of them look at each other. Fucking Zoro and Sanji go, well, why'd you wait so long, asshole? They could have died. You were both taking bets. What's wrong with you?
Let's stick to a little bit of the plan. So when they first get into the Skypiea, though, so we found out that there are other ways to get to Skypiea, and then Gonfal himself was like, yeah, you guys didn't pass like that super tall mountain in the southwest or whatever and go through like the exchange rate plateau or whatever. And they were like, no.
You guys didn't find all those other islands?
You didn't go past any of those other islands, and they're just like...
You did not pass go. You did not collect 200 XL at the next...
They did not collect their 1 billion X toll per person so they could get into the...
I found that so fucking hilarious. And then Nami looks over to Luffy and everyone's just like, I fucking knew it. I knew there had to be other ways to get the fuck up here. Why did we do this?
But at the same time, hold up. If there are other ways to get up there, then how the fuck does nobody know this place exists?
We have to have context, though. Always remember that you are in the Grand Line and information is not readily available for the entire planet, Devin.
Is this like the time when Google Maps was like really bad? And or like Apple Maps were like really bad, and people were like making jokes about driving off the side of the road because the turn it told you to turn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
MapQuest didn't even exist yet.
Get that shit out of here. No, the information for things like Sky Islands and honestly anything that's outside of like your little pocket island or maybe like a couple of neighbors is like just hearsay. I mean, yeah, like they have newspapers, so they know of like Gold Roger and they know of like the main pirates on the ocean.
But they know about like Alabasta, that's the thing.
But like, do you think that Alabasta knows about any of the islands that like Usopp or Nami were from? No, they don't give a fucking shit. So we found out that there are other ways to get to Sky Islands with like other fucking routes or whatever. And then this goon, this fucking bearded saint comes out of the sky like an angel and starts, well, I guess the only reason he arrived is because some other goon with a bazooka tried to blow everybody up.
Yeah. After blowing up another ship that just happened to be there. Just in time for Chopper to look over and go, holy shit!
Yeah, Chopper looks over and is like, hey, wait a minute, there is another boat over there. And then all of a sudden it just fucking blows
and
the
2 seconds
fuck up.
later, it's fucking annihilated.
It is completely destroyed. And then suddenly this random goon with a mask and some really sweet skates, mind you.
True.
Just starts blowing the fuck out of everybody. And then they tried to play off that one little question of like, wait a minute, they're really high in the sky. The air is very thin up here. And then they like kind of care for a second, and then they reference it, and then they're like, okay, I'm good now.
They take a couple deep breaths and they're like, I'm good.
They do this every single time in like those moments where it's like, oh, I've adjusted to the air. It's like, no, it takes like days.
Yeah, you can't just do that in the span of like 5 minutes. Also, I also want to point out that it was literally only Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji,
probably arguably the strongest members on the team who were the ones panting, and then suddenly they were like, all right, now we're good. So the other goons who are objectively weaker than them now were unfazed the entire time.
I would argue that Usopp was feeling it. He was sitting there on the ground for like 10 minutes going, Sky Island is scary.
Yeah, because the idiot started falling into the ground like a dumbass. Sky Island scary. Sky Island scary. Fucking love that stupid idiot. And then Gonfall also has like a fucking crazy bird. How do we feel about the Pegasus?
I think it's a really long-winded, but like I guess appropriate for the world reason for having Pegasus.
When I saw it, I was like, why? What does this serve? and then they said it themselves. Like, what was the point of that?
Yeah, because clearly the bird could maneuver around the sky world fine anyway, and clearly Gonfall can ride on the bird. So why also have it be Pegasus?
Why even bother turn it into a horse in the first place?
Just so that we can say we have Pegasi in this universe, I guess.
It's just to fit the knight aesthetic, but at the same time, it's like, fucking why?
It's because we already have someone riding on a bird.
Memes.
Yeah, that's probably why. They're going to joust at some point, and they're both going to have horse fruits.
Memes. It's all for the memes. Well, I also want to remind the team at home, you cannot have the same fruit twice. That does not mean that they can't be like the same model.
Right. We've had double dog fruits.
We've had double dogs. You can have multiple birds. You could probably have multiple horses, but then I don't remember if he actually, when he named the fruit, did he say model something or did he just call it a horse? Because
I don't
it's
think
just
he
a
called
horse.
it model. I think he just called it horse.
Yeah, so I would wonder if horse even has several models, because it only they would kind of say if it had like a model on it. You know what I'm saying? But so we got a Pegasus, so we got a gate and all that. We'll just skip all that nonsense. We had a shrimp, lobster bring us up to the sky, whatever. Just
the shrimp wasn't
it.
the hardest like stretch in this universe. I'm not gonna lie, especially when it starts swimming backwards, like how they normally do.
Well, I also like the little bit where they kind of tried to justify the fish in the sky, where they're like, wow, dude, what the fuck? You like poke it and then it just blows the fuck up because they're literally more air than they are fucking fish.
Yeah, there's just sea kings in the sky ocean too.
I like how quickly Sanji like cooks up that one fish.
Bro.
Again, like that.
I love this bit so much. It happened with the fucking takoyaki in a few episodes back, and now he does it again with the fish. They're looking at it. They're sitting there wondering, like, ooh, like Robin and Nami are going over like the science of fucking skyfish, and Luffy yoinks it with the happiest look on his face, brings it off screen, and they're still talking about it like he didn't take it. And then we cut to Luffy and Sanji, and Sanji's like, yeah, all that, I sauteed it.
The buoyancy up here must be several times weaker than in the oceans down below.
And they grew scales like feathers, and those weird carnivore-like mouths.
I tried sautéing it.
Delicious! Hey, we were still examining that!
2 seconds.
know,
He
dude.
cooks that bitch up in 2 seconds.
It was a 2-second throwaway bit, but god damn it, was it good. And then we could just move on, essentially. So now we found ourselves in the first island in the sky, or the first like town in the sky, I guess, or whatever. Because I guess they're already, as soon as they get on the cumulonimbus, I think it's called, they're pretty much on like the cloud island, because the whole ocean is like the cloud, right? But now we've got like a little town in the sky, and they have like cloud manufacturing, and the dude that we meet is like, yeah, dude, I'm like a waiver engineer, or I specialize in propulsion systems. I can fix your shitty 200-year-old fucking waiver. I got this. Which we get, so at this point, like in the first like episode, they're just kind of like explaining, here you go, we're in an island. It's in the sky. Here's some people. Like, well, hello, antenna lady with a harp and, wings or whatever, which I also like that too. When they introduced Conus, I found it very interesting that they decided to give her a harp and like play on the ocean or whatever. It's kind of like a cross between, here's like the normal cultural expectation for what an angel would be doing or what an angel would look like when you include like the harp and shit. But then you just like start curbing expectations slowly but surely by being like, no, yeah, we just got like a functional society up here of fucking jet ski wielding goons and like a place that we call the upper yard.
Everything runs on shellfish.
They put the carrot in front of this, or carrot on the stick. Like, okay, yeah, you see this angel? Just kidding. That's all garbage. They're just normal fucking people with normal lives. But yeah,
I
so you
also
got
just
Nami.
want you to know that I need more Skyfox.
I don't really understand why they chose to give the Skyfox that weird fucking like mouth thing, but
I don't
mean,
care. It's fucking adorable and I need it.
And we also hear about the god. Also, I wanted to ask a question. So we need to like bite this in the butt ahead of time. There are two ways to pronounce the god of this place. I want to know what you guys read.
Eneru.
My sub had NL.
So we've already crossed it. So there are two ways to pronounce this guy, Eneru and Enel. The only reason that Eneru exists is because Viz translation did such. They called it Eneru. The Viz official English translation calls him Eneru, but if you read from like the subs or whatever, the true pronunciation is Enel or whatever. So indiscriminately, we're going to use Enel or Eneru. And if there's some purists out there, we will indiscriminately use either. Just everyone calm down.
I like NL better.
We've got the upper yard, we got God Eneru, and we've also got some other random fucking goons who are all very strange, I guess is a word. We got a giant dog, which is honestly the best part of the whole
Choo
goon
Choo's dad.
squad. Choo Choo's dad! Oh my god!
It looks just like him.
He does. He looks and
It's
sounds
fucking
just like
Clifford the Big Red Dog version of Choo Choo.
This fucking man. Unfortunately, we don't really get to learn a whole lot about these random fucking goons other than they clearly work for Eneru.
The god of Hammer of fucking Dawn.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is how Gears of War ties into the One Piece universe. This right here. Uses it on one poor, kind of awesome hairstyled goon who's just like, I don't even want this gold anymore. I don't want this adventure. Get me the fuck out of here. I'm scared.
Please help me. I came here from another sky island in search of some missing treasure. But I don't care about that anymore. I just want to get out of here, please. No.
Yeah, so God Eneru could just casually, like, literally blast you from the heaven, which is supposed to be like a not so subtle nod to a god being able to just literally smite thee.
And I like how the reason for why he did it is because, quote, they took too long.
We also got confirmation that Zoro is an agnostic.
I did note that also, that like everyone's like, wow, God, he's like they're basically learning about how Santa Claus sees you when you're sleeping and when you're awake. He's like, is he watching us right now? She's like, yeah, he's watching you right now. Everything you do, watching you. And she's like, wow. And Zoro's like, God, huh?
Wait, you mean you don't believe in God? But why not?
Well, for me, it's not a matter of belief. I don't see proof of it one way or another. And to be honest, I don't really care to. But if you want to, go ahead.
You can care about God, but I don't care about God. I'm not really a big God guy.
I didn't study the Bible. I studied the blade.
Oh my god.
Did anyone else notice that they actually kept his scars on his ankles when he took his boots off?
I did notice they make it very obvious.
Really, the only other thing that I would want to talk about, we also got a sort of lore building that I completely forgot about as to how this island even exists. And the dude,
the
Pagia, or whatever
part?
the fuck his name. Yeah, the part where he was like, yeah, this is how the Sky Island exists. Have you ever heard of a thing called the Sea Prism Stone? And they're just like, well, yes. And then he starts talking about like molecular quartz shit of some kind. And then I'm just
they
like,
talk about like sulfur and sulfite in the sub.
yeah, right. So the knockup streams essentially like send crazy fucking minerals into the sky, which manifests and turns shit into like solidified objects and whatnot. So it's like, well, there you go.
So there was also another thing I wanted to make a note of. Is this the first time we see Nico Robin's wanted card in the interlude?
This is definitely not the first time that we've seen the interlude.
However, we still do not know quite how much staying power this girl has out here. You know, she even said like when they first got there, she's like, I never really thought of this as an adventure, but I mean, I'm willing to like, you know, change my mind on it. So she's still kind of like, these guys are kids, but I don't know. We'll see. I like where we're at.
Actually,
right now.
Since we're on Robin, we showcased a new aspect of her power.
Yeah, moving her eyeballs around.
She is not limited by anything. She can literally make herself appear out of anywhere.
So she has shadow clone jutsu.
I wish I could get into like the limits of it, but I don't even know the limits of the power, to be honest.
Her power's
with you.
busted.
Her power's really fucking
Her
busted.
power
dude.
is a lot better than I thought it was now.
Oh, you thought that she was limited to just her hand?
Yeah, that's all she's done so far.
Well, I guess that's fair. Well, wait a minute. No, she didn't. She did eyeballs back in Alabaster. Remember when she put the hand out the door or whatever, like keep people at bay, and then she like put like one eyeball out there to see what the hell was going on.
I don't
think.
remember that.
I don't. Oh no, I don't remember that at all. You're a fool. I have no recollection of that whatsoever. She puts a hand out and somebody cuts her hand, and then it goes, my hand is cut, like on her real body, but there's no remember anything about an eyeball.
Remember that time she cast like 1 million of them to move the whole ship from falling into
Yeah.
the city? I remember.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's one thing to be able to sprout it out of people and being able to sprout out of objects, but she can sprout on her sprouts. That's busted. That is bullshit. Robin is like so fucking secretly broken. I mean, yeah, like she's very fragile, which I guess is like the real caveat here. And she doesn't, and like all of her limbs are like limited to her strength.
Is she really though? I've only seen her take damage like twice.
This is also fair. Well, she's very careful. You know, she doesn't just like sprout everything out like daisies.
Yeah,
like,
because
and get
she's
herself in
busted. Because
danger.
she can literally just murk everything.
We'll see if she does have any particular staying power.
Bungie,
But,
please nerf.
I don't know why we brought Destiny into this.
I know.
but I'm
It's
about
always
it.
whenever we bring this joke in here, it's always Bungie for him too.
This man hasn't played Destiny in like 5 years, and he still says, "Bungie, please nerf." The last time this dude played was probably King's Fall Raid or whatever the fuck it was, and Destiny
To
1.
be fair, he started playing the new Destiny.
Actually, I haven't really.
Do either of you guys have anything? I'll be honest, the only real problem with these eps is that there's like a little bit of world building here and there, but these 3 episodes are like
These
just
are all
nothing.
gags.
This is all gags and like rising action, like exposition. And I mean, like, but the exposition isn't very deep, right? It's just kind of like, yeah, you live in this world. You're in this world now. We have a god.
And Luffy really wants to go to that island you're really not supposed
And
to
he
go
really
to.
wants Nami to drown too.
Yeah. Man, she masters that thing in 0.2 seconds, and Luffy has never looked so disappointed with himself.
No, I've never seen such murderous intent from him where he's like, I want to kill her.
And then he looks back again while they're walking up the steps to that dude's house, and he's like looking at Nami having a sweet ass time on the ocean on the waiver, and he's like, man, Nami really mastered that thing that quickly, huh? Die.
No, he even said, I don't know if he said this in the
I
sub
hope you
too, or
drown.
if they just picked a number in the dub, but they said that it takes like an average of 10 years to really
Yes.
master this fucking thing.
Yes.
And she's just like, wow, dude, this thing, I remember, this was going to be one of my quotes, but fuck it. She was even like, wow, this thing takes a lot of skill. No wonder you had so much trouble with this thing, Luffy. Luffy just has this big fucking,
Mother.
The only other note I really have is Pierre scares me.
Pierre scares you. We already talked about Pierre, Devin. You had this opportunity. All right, what do you need to say about Pierre? What's wrong
It's
with
just-
him?
He sounds like a fucking chicken sandwich with the bone being ripped apart.
Pierre! I love that fucking stupid bird, dude. All right, well, Tag, you're it. What are the next steps?
Next episodes are 156 to 158.
You know, wait a minute. Weren't we supposed to do quotes first? We do this wrong every time. I do this wrong
No,
every
you
time.
do this wrong every time. This is the way we do this.
All right, good. All right, moving on to the quoties, to the quotes.
My only quote is, quote, skyfish noises, because it made so many flappy, like,
That's all you have here.
that is the only quote that I could think of.
Out of these 3 episodes, that's what you have is your only quote.
All 3 episodes
there were
are nothing
so
but
many
gags.
good one-liners. There were so many good one-liners.
It was at 2 a.m. This one hit
Oh
the
my
hardest.
god.
That does
You're
sound
so-
like 2 a.m. Devin brain talk.
All right, what about you, Christian? You can snipe me this week. I've got too many for you to take.
Oh, did I snipe you with the fish?
No, not at all.
Believe it or not, I'm sure you didn't snipe anybody with fish noises.
I know that might be a hard thing for you to grasp.
We talked about one of mine already, which is just I sauteed it from Sanji. I
Good
wrote
old
that down
Sanji.
immediately because I love that bit so much. There's also when the white berets are approaching them on the beach. It's a series of quotes from all of them. And it's It starts off with Sanji going, "Why are they crawling towards us like that?" And Usopp goes, "They're probably perverts." And then Chopper looks up at Usopp in wonder and then looks back at the white berets and goes, "Huh, so that's what perverts look like." Oh, wait. And then Zoro wakes up from his nap because the only thing that can wake up Zoro from his nap is the approaching of potential enemies. And he walks up to them and he asks who these guys are. And Chopper repeats, "They're perverts."
They're on the same fucking wavelength, dude.
Dying, I tell you.
Moving on to the first one I had was when they got to the Heaven's Gate. And I remember that the lady asked them, like, "Hey, what are your guys' business here? Are you sightseeing? Are you traveling? Or warmongering?" And then Zoro was like casually in the back, like, "Can we say all the above? Is that an answer?"
Oh, I wish I had that. They don't do that in the sub. She just asked vacation or fighting, and they go, vacation?
There was when they first got to the island and they like made port or whatever the fuck you want to call it on the beach. Zoro like yells at Luffy as he's running away and goes like, "Hey, what are we gonna do with this anchor? There's no seafloor around here." And then Luffy turns around and goes, I thought about that.
Luffy, we may have a problem with dropping anchor here. There's no seabed at the bottom of this cloud.
I thought about that, and who cares?
I love the way you think.
And honestly, who cares? And just goes on his merry fucking way. And Zoro was like, "All right," fucking yeets the anchor off and it lands fine. So we're good. We're good.
Now that I think about it, there was another good like moment, what's it called, where like he's like thinking about going to the God Island. And like he's like just keeps repeating like, "Ah, yes, it's totally illegal to go there." And everyone's like, he's thinking about going, he's gonna go there. Like the idea of that it's illegal
totally
is making it that much better.
And he even like gives himself away, even though everyone knew too. Like he goes, "We have to hurry before Nami gets back," because like he needed a reason to go over there.
So anything else? No more quotes? We're good?
I think it's the grab bag time. So
First, we got to golden ham it up.
Wait. So Golden Ham. Honestly, I think we got to give it to somebody for gags, and I don't know who I want to give it to because there really wasn't anything else that was particularly important that happened in this episode. Just nothing but gags, honestly.
This is mostly a joke, but emoji eyes. What if? What if we gave it to Nami for mastering the waiver in 0.0002 seconds?
I mean, I'm about it. I just don't know if I would find that to be my favorite bit of the entire fucking episode.
That's fair.
I would just as easily give it to Sanji for sauteing that
sauteing a fish in
deliciously
0.002 seconds.
In 0.0002 seconds. What do you think, Devin? Because I could be swayed. Honestly, as long as it's somebody for gags, like that's kind of the only team I'm on.
I really got nothing. I don't even like. I'm not even inspired to give it to like some stupid thing.
All right, moving on. All right, Christian, this is between me and
don't
you.
Be skipping. It is my vote. I want to think about it for like 2 seconds.
What if we gave it to Sue the Sky Fox for being cute?
Hey, I'm
my
about
God.
that.
No, we are not giving it to the fucking fox. Come on.
Yeah, my vote's on Sue.
All right, Christian.
That was mostly a joke.
Gonna...
I don't really want Sue. Sue's adorable and I love it, but I'm definitely more for some stupid gag here.
Honestly, my favorite gag in these episodes was probably the one where Zoro, Sanji, and Chopper are talking about saving Luffy from drowning.
Right, but we can't give it to all three of them.
I would give it to Chopper in that instance for being the first one to dive in the water.
I would do that. Chopper's the hero here.
That's fair. We can give it to Chopper for being the hero everyone deserves.
For being the hero everybody fucking deserves.
We can still throw in cute animal and have a hero moment.
I am all in on this Chopper game. All right, we did it. Chopper gets it. We win.
All right. So I can spin this now, right? All right.
Recommendations.
How funny would it be if no like Wheel of Fortune noise got edited?
So in case that nobody saw the me or did the sound effect for it, it is Crispy's turn for recommendations.
Hey, it's a me. This week, this isn't a weekly thing. This time, my recommendation is going to be some reading and also looking, because I'm going to recommend the very popular webtoon Sweet Home.
Sweet Home.
Yeah.
So what? Enlighten us. What is Sweet Home?
It's about a house made out of fucking sweet and sour sauce.
My God, he figured it out. How could you have possibly done this?
I don't know how he did it, but
I cannot believe it.
That is the biggest fucking non-smooth brain answer I've ever heard in my entire life.
I've never heard someone with so many IQ points. Anyway, shut up. This is my time. Sweet Home is a horror thriller webtoon about it's kind of like your zombie apocalypse type thing, but instead of zombies, replace it with monsters that are the human manifestation of desires. So like, for instance, there's a guy who wants to be like really fucking swole. So the monster he turns into is just this gigantic, like 9 foot tall, muscly being that goes and like wants and consumes everything as protein. Or there's a guy who like just wanted to be invisible, quote unquote, and like didn't want people to know his existence. So he turned into like a mucousy gel that's all nearly impossible to see with the naked eye. Anyway, this apocalypse hits one day, and it's about just a group of random people in an apartment complex that try to survive together. And you never know when you're going to turn into a monster. So it's not like you can lock the doors and all the monsters are gone, because the monsters are always within us the whole time.
Interesting.
It is finished, so you don't have to worry about catching up and then there not being episodes to read. So you can look forward to that.
That's a plus.
That is a large plus. You can binge the entire thing in a whole day. And I think it's like 130 chapters or something like that. So it's nice and short. It's concise, but it's like one of the absolute best things I've read on that app. I've been reading on the Webtoon app for like 3 or 4 years, and it recently got popular. Netflix made an adaptation, live action of it recently. I hate it. They really had me in the first half. They do some good things, and they follow the source material relatively well. The back half of that show is a monstrosity. If you want to go and watch the Netflix thing first and experience that first, that's fine. You'll probably like it. But then when you want to experience true culture, you go and you read the webtoon, because the webtoon is far, far superior. That's my recommendation.
Why do people make live action adaptations? I never understood that.
I was excited because it's made by a Korean studio. It's made with entirely Korean actors and actresses. It's made by Korean, animation, because naturally the monsters have to be animated and CGI in some extent. It's not even like they had Death Note. It's not like Death Note where they had American actors do this. This is an entirely Korean production. It's just the direction they took the story in the show that I hated, because they're clearly setting up for a second season that doesn't exist for the webtoon. So it'll be entirely non-canon, I'm sure.
I'm happy. Thank you for your recommendation. I will probably read it. So I appreciate that.
I'll take a look at it for sure.
Devin, you especially, since you've been looking for like darker themed webtoons. Check that one out.
Anybody else?
Fucking demons.
Anybody? Nope. All right, that's it. I'm going home. Fuck you.
Thank you. Follow us on Panda Sightings at Twitter, or on Twitter at Panda Sightings. God fucking damn it! Words are hard.
All right, yeah. Follow us on all those thingies. Thank you for listening.